Prince Elion had everything a man could desire, except peace. Each morning began the same. Servants drawing curtains, nobles bowing, advisers filling his ears with the future they had decided for him. He was to marry well, rule firmly, and never let emotion soften his judgment. His mother, Queen Seraphina, ruled the kingdom of Aurelion with a calm cruelty that allowed no cracks. Kings are not men first, she once told him. They are symbols. Elion learned to smile without warmth, to speak without truth. But at night, when the palace grew quiet, the silence pressed against his chest until it hurt. He wondered if this was all life would ever be, golden cages and endless expectation. So one evening, driven by a restlessness he could no longer ignore, Elion removed his royal signet ring, wrapped himself in plain clothes and walked beyond the palace gates. No guards, no bows, just the sound of ordinary life. And for the first time the prince breathed. The girl at the well, Mira's world was small by necessity. She had learned early that attention was dangerous for girls like her. Maids, daughters of nothing, invisible unless someone needed work done. She rose before the sun, fetched water, cleaned floors, and accepted life as it was. At the village well, her arms shook as she lifted a heavy bucket. It slipped. Water spilled everywhere. If this is your first time here and you love emotional royal romance stories beside her, drama, betrayal, and powerful love, his hands were clean, his tone
Make sure
gentle,
you like this video,
not commanding like
share
the
it with
others.
someone who loves
Powerful
powerful
storytelling.
She
And
studied him
subscribe so
carefully.
you don't miss
People
our
were
next
rarely kind without
unforgettable
reason.
story, because
Thank
here,
you.
she replied,
Every
stepping
story
back quickly.
has
My
a
name's
heartbeat.
Leo. Mira. Their eyes met for a moment too long. Something uneasy fluttered in her chest. She turned away, unsettled. That night, Mira dreamed of a stranger with sorrow in his eyes and woke afraid of how clearly she remembered his face. Leo returned, not once, but often. Sometimes he helped her draw water. Other times he walked with her through the fields, listening as she spoke about her work, her childhood, her quiet hopes she never voiced aloud. He never interrupted. Mira wasn't used to being heard. Leo told her little about himself, only that his life felt chosen for him, that he longed to decide something freely. She thought him a merchant's son, perhaps. Certainly not a prince. With him, she laughed more than she should have. With him, she forgot to be afraid. But fear has a way of noticing happiness. From the palace, Lord Cassian observed Elion's absences. Raised beside the prince, Cassian had always believed the throne should have been his. He smiled thinly as he ordered spies to follow. And Queen Seraphina noticed something else, her son's distraction. Mira realized she loved him the moment she tried to deny it. She caught herself waiting by the well, smiling at nothing, wondering if he was safe. The realization struck her like ice. Love meant vulnerability. Vulnerability meant pain. Her mother's voice echoed in her mind, "Don't dream above your station." So Mira pulled away. When Leo asked what was wrong, she lied. When he reached for her hand, she stepped back. Her heart ached, but fear was louder. "I shouldn't feel this way," she whispered one evening. Leo watched her with concern, confusion, and something dangerously close to love. And Mira went home that night shaking, because she knew she was already falling, and she did not trust the ground beneath her. The truth behind the mask. The truth arrived like a blade. Lord Cassian followed Elion to the village and exposed him publicly, dropping to one knee, calling him Your Highness. The village froze. Mira felt the world tilt. A prince, the man she had laughed with, trusted, loved. Her chest burned with humiliation and fear. She had crossed an invisible line, one she had sworn never to approach. "You lied," she said, her voice barely steady. "I wanted to be real with you," Elion replied, desperation clear in his eyes. But all Mira could see was the distance between them, the crown she could never touch. "I will not be your shame," she said softly, and she ran. Fear is louder than love. Queen Seraphina was furious. "A peasant girl?" she spat. "She weakens you." Cassian fed the fire, whispering treason and ambition. Mira locked herself away from the world. Fear replayed every warning she had ever heard. She imagined ridicule, abandonment, being used and discarded. She loved him, but love had never protected anyone like her. Each day Elion waited. Each day she hid. Because fear, when rooted in survival, is not easily conquered. Prince who waits. Elion refused to force her. Instead, he showed up for the village. He worked beside the people. He endured the court's scorn. Cassian plotted. Seraphina threatened exile. Still, Elion waited. Mira watched quietly, confused by his patience. Why didn't he demand her? Why didn't he forget her? For the first time, her fear wavered. Courage to be seen. When Elion finally spoke to Mira again, she broke. Her fear spilled out, raw and trembling. "I'm afraid of disappearing beside you," she cried. "Of being small, of being hurt." Elion knelt. "Then don't disappear," he said. "Stand." Something shifted. Fear did not vanish, but it loosened its grip. Choosing love over fear. The court demanded Elion choose a noble bride. Mira heard and chose courage. She walked into the palace shaking but unbowed. "I will not be hidden," she said. The court gasped. The prince smiled. When Elion offered Mira a crown, she touched it, then set it down. "I choose you," she said. And for the first time, fear no longer ruled her heart. This is the story of a lonely prince who risked his crown for love, and a village maid who had to overcome her deepest fears to believe she was worthy of being chosen. In a kingdom ruled by power, pride, and tradition, they proved that true love is not about status. It is about courage, patience, and choosing each other despite the world. Thank you so much for staying with me until the very end. Your time and support truly mean everything. If you enjoyed this story, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below, and share this video with someone who loves emotional royal romance stories. I can't wait to see you in the next one.